Hey guys, so this is just going to be a quick video where I show you some quick tips for how to more easily create condensed audio files. And if you don't know what a condensed audio file is, then go check out my main channel video called Optimizing Passive Immersion with Condensed Audio. It goes into what that is and how to do it. And I'm going to be assuming that you've already seen that video and you already know how MP3 Combiner works and so on. So the first little tip is to use pre-made subs to SRS decks. So you guys probably already know about this and you probably could have already thought of this one yourself. But if you're learning Japanese, and especially if you like anime, then there's this site that's going to be really useful to you, which is this public folder on Mediafire where a lot of people from the community have uploaded pre-made subs to SRS decks. And this is really great because I think there's like hundreds of shows on here. And so if you can find one that you want to watch, then you can just download the subs to SRS deck pre-made, and you don't have to go through the hassle of obtaining the video file and obtaining the matching subtitle file and putting it through subs to SRS and so on. So yeah, if you're not learning Japanese or if you just hate anime, then this is not really going to help you. But I know that a lot of you guys watching this probably are learning Japanese, and so you can just go ahead and download a pre-made deck. And when you do, so here I've downloaded this deck that is the first 3 episodes of Dr. Stone, pre-made subs to SRS deck. Of course, it's an Anki deck, and so you're not going to have direct access to the audio files. But, you know, really easy solution. You just have to open it up in Anki. So you can see I forgot to delete the deck because this is not the first time I'm trying to film this. But basically, yeah, you just open it up in Anki. And if you're actually planning on studying the deck, because you're also going to watch the show, which you should be if you're going to do this technique, then you can just go ahead and open it up on your main profile. But if you aren't going to rep it in Anki and you just want to make the condensed audio, then you can just make a dummy profile like I have here. And yeah, open it up in Anki. And when you do that, it's going to add all of the MP3s contained within the deck to your media folder. And then you basically just access the audio files there. So if we go ahead and go to app data, Anki 2, and then the name of the profile here is temp, collection media. See, here we have all of the media from the deck. Now we can see there's both JPEGs as well as MP3s. And so in order to just get the MP3s, let's go ahead and sort it by type and then scroll down. I don't know why it says episodes 1 through 4, because here it says that it's only episodes 1 through 3, but whatever. So if we wanted to, we could create one condensed audio file for all 3 episodes, or we could just do the first episode. So if we wanted to do that, we just click on the first one, scroll down until this 1 turns into a 2, so that we know that's the end of the first episode. And then hold down Shift and then click on the bottom one. So to highlight them all, you click on the first one, hold down Shift, click on the last one. Now, instead of just dragging and dropping, I'm actually going to copy and paste into the MP3 Combiner folder, because assuming that we were actually going to study this in Anki, then we want to make sure that the files stay in the collection media folder, right? We don't want to delete them. So yeah, now that we've copied them into the MP3 Combiner folder, just got to run combiner.bat, and then we're good to go. 世界中の人間はやっと起き上がったが、このデカブツ。Yeah, so there we go. So that's one easy way. That's probably how I would do it if I were you guys. But another way is, assuming that you can't find a pre-made deck for what you want, you can make your own subs to SRS deck, obviously. But the tip I'm going to give you guys is that for the purposes of making condensed audio files, you actually don't need target language subtitles. So normally if you're making a subs to SRS deck, like for example, here I have an episode of Dr. Stone. If we were going to make a normal subs to SRS deck to study in Anki, we'd need not only this episode, but also the Japanese subtitle file, because we don't want to study the English translation of what's being said, right? We want to study the actual Japanese. But a lot of times, you just simply can't find target language subtitles for a show that you're immersing with. So what you can do is actually just use your native language subtitles, or any language subtitles, really. So here is an MKV for the newest episode of Dr. Stone at the time of this recording, and it comes with English subtitles. And the important thing here is that they're soft subs, right? Meaning that the file, although this is just one single video file in MKV, within this MKV is embedded this subtitle file. And the important thing about that is that the subtitle file tells you when each line starts and each line stops. And so for the sake of making the condensed audio file, that's all we need, right? We just need to know when are people talking. We don't actually need to know what they're saying. And so we can go ahead and just use these English subtitles to make the condensed audio file. And the cool thing is there's actually a feature in subs to SRS where for the subtitle file, you can actually just select the MKV that has subtitles built in, soft subs, and it will automatically extract the subtitles for you. So I just went ahead and selected this. So for output, let's put it in the same folder. Video, again, select this folder, and then we'll just call it Stone. Although the name doesn't really matter because we're going to basically combine them all into a new file and the name's going to get erased. And then we don't need snapshots, so let's just hit go, and then I'll fast forward until it finishes. Okay, so here we go. And yeah, we don't need subs to SRS anymore. And we don't need the actual deck, right? Because this is just for the audio file. So we can go ahead and open up the media. And then let's just copy this into MP3 Combiner. And remember, make sure you remove the files you've already combined for the sake of this. Now this time I'm actually just going to drag and drop because again, because this isn't a real subs to SRS deck because we used English subs, this was really just for the purpose of creating a condensed audio file. And now if we run combiner.bat, then we have the final file.
こんなかけらじゃ足んねえけど、洞窟の川に流れてきたんだ。きっと奥にザクザクだぜ。熱耐性最強のタングステンツを。座って怒鳴ってるバカよが100億倍マシだ。アホ丸出しの大声出してっと崩れて生き埋めになんぞ。くそ。
And it sounds great. So there you go. Now one last thing I just remembered I should probably mention. Probably should have put this in the main channel video. But in subs to SRS, there's this option called pad timing. And what this does is it extends out the timing from each subtitle line to whatever you put here. The default is 1/4 of a second in each direction. And so normally when I make these condensed audio files, I do select this, and you end up with this result where the very end of one line gets repeated at the beginning of the next line. And it sounds a little bit awkward to listen to, but once you get used to it, it's not that bad. And that way you get the full line each time without anything getting cut off. So you don't have to do this if the subtitles are really timed perfectly. Like the one that we were just listening to that we just created, it sounded like the subtitles were timed really well. But if they aren't, then you might want to just pad the timing, and then it's going to sound a little bit more choppy when you listen to it, but you still get the same effect in the end. And once you get used to it, the choppiness it probably won't bother you. It doesn't bother me. So yeah, that's just the 2 tips. Use pre-made subs to SRS decks, and use English subtitles or other subtitles that aren't target language subtitles if you can. And so that's it. So hope that was useful. Sorry if it was obvious, and I'll see you guys later.